this is pretty much what it's like doing the pod. It's pretty much me on my own carrying Charlie. He's not here. I don't know what he's doing. Half the time, I don't actually think he knows what he's doing either. Yeah, still wearing that Everton top though, bless him. I think he's starting to support him, if I'm being honest. He is knocking on in years, so there's got to come a point soon where maybe Charlie's going to wake up in that Everton shirt and he's going to actually believe in his own head that he's an Everton fan. And I think that'd be quite funny. Start taking his kids to the games. They'll be wondering what's he doing. He'll start weeing himself. Every time Everton score, he'll be jumping up and down. It's interesting. He always makes out as well that he's the first on the pod, and he's not. He just isn't, you know. He has been on Facebook this morning though, so I'm going to put a personal plea out to people right now to just go on and like Facebook so that we can get him out of this Everton shirt, because I do worry for his children. If I'm being honest, that they are gonna grow up as Everton fans because of what he's doing to them, and this is probably really, really psychologically challenging for his kids and his wife. You know, going through, you know, the fact that the father, husband, is having a crisis of confidence that, you know, he's given up his 50-odd year support for his club to stop supporting them and to start supporting Everton. And I mean, he's gone to make a cup of tea, I think, but I mean, I don't know, has he forgot where the kettle is? I mean, I 2 minutes and 10 I've pressed record. 2 minutes and 10 and he's still not back. So we have known each other a long time, me and Charlie, and it is nice, but you can see the dementia kind of. Oh, hello mate, you alright?
You are actually recording, aren't you?
Yeah, I've just done a little plea to the nation for you. Did you hear me?
I heard your answer was coming back to the room then. Yeah, I can hear you chatting away.
Well, that little bit's going to be as much of a surprise to you as it is the nation, isn't it, mate? That little bit.
It is. Yeah, it is. Yeah. You couldn't.
I'm getting old. I like talking to myself. Let's.
I thought you were. I was thinking, who's he talking to, Slinky? I thought you'd had Slinky wrapped round your fucking gonads, giving it loads, like.
That was earlier.
Is that why you've had a shave?
Oh, mate, it was a mess, wasn't it? It was a mess. It's still not. I've missed this bit here.
Right.
I was pulling it out on the way to the theatre last night. I was pulling it out. I was fucking mad. But how are you? Did you have a good day yesterday?
Did I have a good day yesterday? Yeah, I did have a good day yesterday. It was all right. Yeah, it's just work, innit? Do the pod and then work. Do a bit on social media if you can. Doing our heads in because things are going backwards instead of forwards. But you know what? We're just riding the social media wave at the moment.
It's worth talking about this, I think. It is worth... My hair's a mess, but I ain't got much. It's worth talking about it because we're older, aren't we? We're middle-aged, but we don't understand this shit, do we, at all? We literally... I mean, I think we talked about it yesterday, and our model now is just to keep doing the podcast because we enjoy doing it, we enjoy chatting, and there's about 10 or 15 people out there that like listening to it. Yeah. But we don't actually. We've gone from I don't know what the actual figures are. You could probably update us. I mean, the YouTube's standing pretty solid. To be fair, I put a couple of clips out every day and one at the weekend days, and we're kind of solidly standing. The lowest it went at the weekend was 1,500 over the last 48 hours, but we're kind of 2,000 to 4,000 over. So 2,000 a day is roughly the views that we get on our shorts. And that's tiny in comparison with what other people are doing. But to say that I'm putting, 12, 13, 14, 15 shorts out a week and we're putting 5 episodes out a week, we're working quite hard at it. Yeah. And
Yeah.
You know, and obviously I don't quite know what's happened on Facebook, but we've gone from what 70,000 views over the week to what?
Yeah, it's about 1,000. It's gone crazy. It's gone mad. It's gone.
That's gone up. It's gone up a bit again then, because it was about 20 or something when it daft looked the other day.
Anyway, I don't want to look at it at the moment. It's depressing me. So I'm not looking at him, burying my head in the sand and just carrying on doing what I'm doing.
Look, at the end of the day, and this is for you as well as as the viewers, listeners, whatever, Chaz. We're not doing this for anything other than really like the fact that obviously it'd be lovely to monetize and be able to do this more, and
Yeah.
everyone would love to live in.
Have a studio, get sponsored by a Turkish guy who'll do me fucking teeth in here. And
Yeah,
apparently my ears need sorting out. They need pinning back, don't they?
really fuck. I hate these people who put because I know you've just said that as a laugh, right, as a bit of a joke. But it's obviously hit you a little bit that somebody said that to you, because you wouldn't say it otherwise. And to that person, you're a fucking wanker just for making him feel like that. You know what I mean? I've got massive fucking ears. Massive ones. I could fly. I could take off. I don't give a fuck. Doesn't matter, does it? Doesn't matter. I've got...
while we're on a ranty mood, whatever, I've got a fucking terrible rant this morning.
Go.
Right. So, my little lad's in terrible pain with his ears this morning. So my missus was trying to get through to the doctors. He was in the doctors last week, and he's got this glue ear thing. He's waiting for grommets to be put in. But the doctors basically said, every time he has to report it, let us know, and it might bump him up the list a little bit or whatever. I don't know if it will, but anyway. So my missus rings the doctors, couldn't get through. We had to sort the kids out for school. And then she went back onto the doctors, and the doctor said, "Oh, there's no appointments left for the receptionist. There's no appointments left." So my missus is going, "I was trying earlier on, but I couldn't get through." She said, "Well, you should have hung on the phone. You've got a sick child. You should have hung on the phone."
What?
The receptionist said that you should have hung on the phone if you've got a sick child. And my missus said, "But I've got other children to get ready to go to school." How the fuck are you meant to juggle all this bollocks? You run around anyway with the phone.
I know it's like technically it's not their fault, is it? The NHS is underfunded, but that's pathetic.
I know, but you've got to have some empathy, haven't you?
Earaches. I think earache is one of the worst memories that I have of childhood. Honestly, I think it's one of the worst things I can remember happening to me when I was a kid, was having earache. It was I used to suffer really bad migraines, really bad, like they used to make me throw up, and I still get migraines now, but as an adult, it's like when you go to the dentist, isn't it, and you have that jollop in your fucking jaw, they put the numbing stuff in, and that's worse than having the tooth taken out, isn't it?
I don't mind all that bollocks in the dentist.
But did you when I remember, I don't mind
when
it now.
I was little, I was terrified.
When you were a kid, it fucking really hurt, isn't it? It's like the magnitude of things when you're young. It's so, isn't it? An earache. Like now, if you get a bit of an earache now, you take a couple of paracetamol, don't you, and you get on with your day. But I remember when I was a kid, you couldn't sleep. It was that painful. So painful. It was the only thing that I would ever go and get in bed with my mum and dad was if I had earache when I was little. So that's awful. So bless him. I remember. I think I've said on the pod, I phoned up about something, and it was ages ago, and they were like, "Get yourself out of bed at 6:30 in the morning. Get yourself ready, do what you need to do, and then get on the phone, get up to the doctors, get in the queue." Do you know what I mean? Come to the doctors to book an appointment. So basically, get out of bed, drive a mile, stand in the cold queue with all the pensioners, bless them. Get your appointment for Tuesday, and then go home, go back on Tuesday. But what kind of organisational skill is happening here? Do you know what I mean? I think there's always been more paper pushers and people in the NHS than clinical staff, and maybe that's it. I don't know.
Well, I just want to pick you up on something then before I go on about my second rant about the doctors. There is more.
Yeah,
You just said pensioners, and then you a little caveat on that. You said bless them, which is not normally you. You normally fucking say you loathe pensioners.
I don't loathe pensioners. They just don't need to be getting in my way.
Okay. You fucking changed your tune. You changed like the wind.
I love pensioners. My mum and dad are fucking pensioners, but they annoy me as well. My dad's, but my mum texted me this morning. Fucking mum's texted me this morning saying, like, just to let you know, dad's back in hospital again.
But is he Bottle Widden? Bottle Widden to go to Bottle Widden, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah, he won't be in a ward yet, mate. Apparently the ambulance. He fell over last night, and the ambulance. The ambulance came at 4:30 this morning. So 4:30 this morning. What's that? 6 hours. He's got at least 10 times that to wait for a bed. Last time it was 50 hours, 60 hours. He was waiting to get into a bed. But he's got a chest infection and all sorts of other shit wrong with him again.
Oh, wishing him my best, mate.
Yeah, I've only just come back from Wales, and I came back on Sunday, so I might have to nip up at the weekend.
If you want me to go and drop off some chocolates and some grapes, give us a shout.
That's nice of you, mate. Thank you. It should be all right for the time being. Thank you for that.
Bottle Widden's about 40 minutes for me, mate. So.
Yeah, thanks, bud. I appreciate that. But yeah, I love pensioners. I do love pensioners. We basically, if you've only just joined the pod and started listening or watching us, I had a bit of a rant about pensioners. It was around Christmas time, and it was like when they go to shops at fucking 4 a.m. and get in your way when they're off all day, aren't they? You know, people like me at Christmas go to the Tesco's at 4 a.m. because we want to be able to get our stuff, and then pensioners go at 4 a.m. and it's like, what the fuck are you doing? Yeah. And they do get in your way. They drive slow. They're not, they get in your way, don't they, a lot? And then, they're annoying in many ways. But, they should be front of the queue when it comes to the doctors with children. Children and pensioners should be the first in the queue. And there should be a specific number that you can press on the doctor. It's a good idea, this. We'll take it to Dragon's Den, right? Doctors' surgeries. Why don't they have a thing on there saying, is the patient that you need an appointment for below X or above X, and they get in front of everybody else? Do you know what I mean? So you press a button. So press 1 if you're calling about a child.
Oh, press right. Okay. Yeah.
2 if you are a pensioner. Press 3 if you're just an ordinary ball bag.
Yeah. Okay.
Kids and pensioners should get to the front of that queue.
Yeah.
If it's an emergency, you're 3-9 in it, aren't you? If it's an emergency, if you're really ill.
Oh, 111. That 111 service is good.
Yeah. So you're doing that if it's an appointment that you need like massively urgently, you're going to a walk-in centre, you're calling 111, you're calling 999 or whatever, aren't you? So
yeah. I tell you what, talking about 999, like I've said to my kids in the past, what number do you ring if there's an emergency? And they said 911. American fucking influence on them. So yeah, that's weird. I wonder how many other kids, say that. I've drummed into them. It's 999. And then the 111 confuses them even more then, because it's 999 111. It's like 911 or 9191. Yeah. So yeah.
Play them some 911 music, mate, from the 90s. That'll confuse me even more, won't it? Yeah.
Anyway, my second rant, doctor's rant. I've had this chest infection now for must be going on for about 4 weeks now. Because they had it for a week and I went to the doctors. He gave me 2 weeks worth of 10 days worth of antibiotics. So I left it 2 weeks, went back to him last week. And he's given me another sort of 5 days worth of antibiotics. Also last week. So the last 2 doctors I've seen have both been locums. And it's like, they're not looking at all my symptoms. I'm knackered all the time. They're not asked about that. They're just like, but this chest infection is really getting me down. So each time I've gone and seen these doctors, I don't know if it's a new thing with doctors. They sit there after they've gone through everything and they say, right, so what would you like me to do? like a fucking sales, a closing pitch. What would you like me to do? And then he closed the mouth.
Oh, the first one to speak, losers. Fucking diagnose me, you prick!
That's what I basically said. I want to feel better. And I said, anyway. Don't make me laugh too much. Anyway,
I'm not saying I can make you better, but if I could make you better, would you be interested?
Yeah. Oh God. Anyway,
Jesus.
Anyway, I had to. He gave me one of these little tubs. I had to do a sputum sample. So you have to cough, bring up a load of crap, and spit it into this thing. So he gave me, he said, I'll give you these antibiotics, and he's going to me. Don't have them unless you think you need them. Well, I've just fucking been here now saying to you I'm not well. So I do think I need something. You know what I mean? So anyway, so this was last Thursday.
Like you're a fucking antibiotic junkie? I'm just having them because it make me feel so fucking high.
So anyway, I'll read it out. I got this text message this morning from the doctor's surgery. Dear Mr. Lucas, we have your sputum sample back. The antibiotic you were given may help, but it is classed as intermediate. If you're feeling things are improving, no action is needed. But if that is not the case, please contact us today and we can replace the course with an alternative. So they give me the wrong fucking antibiotics anyway. Pricks. So you can't ring them before 10 o'clock, can you? You won't get through because there's people trying to make appointments, apparently. But if you ring at 9:15, they tell you stuff you should have fucking hung on. But anyway, so I need to ring them up later and get some more antibiotics.
Getting old, mate. And if you watch the first 2 minutes of this episode, I do mention this and some worries and concerns I've got about you since you're getting a bit old.
My bladder.
It's more. Well, you'll have to watch it, won't you? It's be as much of a surprise for you as it will for the viewers. You'll become a viewer for 2 minutes at least this week.
I'm just going to have a little chat a minute while I just mute my mic because I need to have a coughing fit.
He's going to have a coughing fit. Look, this is what I'm talking about. Like, you know what I mean? It's like he's not too far off being in that nursing home. I don't think he's got the dementia kicking in with his, forgetting that he's a Liverpool fan. Look at the state of it. Are you all right? Seriously, mate, are you dying on me? God, how many views would we get if that happened? Could you imagine how many views we'd get if that happened, if he died on screen? God, it'd be good.
I was thinking about that before when I was making me tea, actually.
If he died, I'd have just been sat there for half an hour because I'd make sure I got the episode out for the viewers.
You'd have been fucking doing loads of clips that day, mate.
I think it's quite poignant to mention viewers because, it's amazing how supportive people are of you, isn't it? Like your family and friends and this, that, and the other. And I guarantee, my mum is massively supportive of it. She turned around. Did I mention this yesterday? She was like, I don't know if we were on pod or whether we were off pod when I said it, but she was complaining that we don't put episodes out at the weekend. She was like, and do you know what? It's like, because she lives in Wales, and I do give them shit for moving to Wales. It's like, what the fuck have you done? My dad's got MS and various health issues. My mum's not getting any younger, and you move 140 fucking miles away from people who can care for you and all this, that, and the other. But they have got their nice little friendship group. But my mum turned around and said it means that I get to see you every day, and I thought that was quite nice. That was quite. Yeah. That was quite lovely. Wife sits there listening to fucking Richard Osman, sits there listening to various podcasts, doesn't listen to ours. So I turned around to her last night and I said, that is absolutely fantastic because that's just one thing I don't need to worry about anymore. You know what I mean? It's like I don't need to worry about her listening to this and me giving a shit because she doesn't listen to it. My mother-in-law, who's a prick, doesn't listen to it. So I can say whatever I like. You know what I mean? so it's kind of freeing, but on the other side of it, most of the people that are listening to our pod or watching our pod, they're new viewers, aren't they?
Yeah. Yeah, and a lot of people just watch the clips.
Yeah.
We obviously we get more people watching the clips than what we do watching the pod, which again, we always mention this, they can sometimes take things out of context.
Yeah, I like it. I like it. We're not manosphere levels of controversial, but we are.
Yeah. And I was thinking about that. I think we should start getting a little bit more controversial, because maybe that's why our views are down on Facebook, because we haven't had a lot of Facebook comments recently. Maybe we should be a little bit more controversial about things.
Well, go on then.
Like women drivers.
Bloody hell, you've gone for jugular, mate. Let's start being a little bit more controversial. Misogyny, bosh. There we go. So, go on then, mate. I've got plenty of views on this, mate, but you go. You fire away. I want to see if I can top trump you. Go on.
I think they're brilliant. I think women are fantastic drivers. I don't know why they get so much shit.
The fucking insurance companies think they're brilliant as well. So there's got to be some formulation of fact on this, because I put my wife on my car insurance and it improves my premium. Like, you take her off, it adds 50 quid or whatever for the year. Put her on, it lowers the price. But I just think there's, like, if we're going controversial, I just think there's like levels of, if you get stuck behind somebody, it's like Guess Who of who's in that car, isn't it? And I think you can level it by how well or badly they're driving. So if it's like a little bit slow, driving a little bit mundanely, I think you can say it's a male pensioner. Yeah?
Yeah.
If it's erratic, if it's like off the scale, daft, up and down, driving on the brakes, I think that's a woman driver. I think that's generally a female driver. Could be of any race or age, but it's going to be a woman driver. What do you think the worst type of driver is? Because I think it's a female pensioner that isn't English.
That's controversial.
That's controversial. I'm not being racist, it's just an observation. It's like you drive past them and it'll be a little Chinese woman that's 70, and they're the ones that drive at 20 miles an hour, don't indicate, stop when they fucking want, and I think there are different levels. But I do think that probably the worst drivers in the world are young men. I do think that, like 17, if you catch 17.
Yeah. You speed freaks. You have a lot of those rallies down by you, though, in those inbred areas where you live, don't you? You have a load of those kids with big exhaust pipes on who go up to retail parks and do a load of meets. Are they called meets? Are they meets?
I don't think they are. I don't think they're regionally specific, mate. I think you probably get them around you as well. They call it cruising. I mean, that's
cruising,
also.
I think cruising is something different.
That's gay, isn't it? That's like when you go cruising for cock. But
cottaging.
Yeah. See, I don't even like cottage cheese, so there's no way
I love cottage cheese. Like, you can't beat a bit of cottage cheese.
I don't know. It's not nice. That'd be a challenge.
There's a pub in London actually called the Cottage Loaf. It's a great pub. It used to be a great pub. I think the last time I went in there, it's got a little bit foodie. So you do a lot of food, but the Cottage Loaf's a great pub in London if you're ever up that way.
Yeah, I like a bit of London now, mate. It's lovely. Yeah, but they do. I've got a story about a guy who. So these cruisers, these fucking racers.
Races. Okay.
This is an awful story, and this is over 20 years ago. So there was a guy. I had a mate of mine who used to play football. Went to see him play football, and there was. I used to work with the guy's brother as well. So anyway, there's this guy went out cruising. So I worked at BPI, and there was a guy who died, and he was one of these people, a cruiser. He used to speed all over the place. And I don't know if you remember it, but like there's a back road between Derby and kind of Heanor.
Yeah.
Like the Smalley Road, and it's a fucking terrible road. And he was zooming down there at God knows how quick. Bosh, dead. And we had collections and everything at work for him. He was a lovely lad, but nuts in the car. And then this other one that I was coming on to, I'm just trying to get the detail right, but he went out racing with his mate, and they were fucking two-waying it on just a single carriageway road. And he like overtook his mate, went fucking straight into this car, and the couple that survived were the young couple taking their parents to bingo, and the pensioners died. So you just think to yourself, and it's 20 years ago, so you're thinking these people have come through a world war only to be taken out by a cunt who fucking racing on a single carriageway road. And yeah, he got 7 years. Death by dangerous driving. So it wasn't manslaughter, it wasn't murder. It was death by dangerous driving. He did 7 years and served 3 of them. However, when he was on like remand, I'm pretty sure it was when he was on remand, we went to the races, like with my mate's football team, and he was part of that team. And we were on the bus on the way back, and he had to stop to empty his catheter bag. So basically, he's going to be catheterised for the rest of his life. I know that's not justice, but it made me laugh a little bit. My dad has a catheter because he needs one, but this guy had one because he was a twat in the car. But yeah, it's a fucking. There are a lot of those people around here, but I know they do it around the city centres, don't they? They're zooming around.
Yeah, we have a lot of boy races around here. In all honesty, with the little souped up cars, and you know, I put a video out the other week when that guy was flashing me. I had my lad in the car, and he was taking videos of him, and we just videoed him because he's about to give us loads of abuse when we got down the side of him, and we were videoing him, and he was like, "Oh fuck, yeah, you got me." Yeah. You know what I mean? And you know, I suppose we were like that when we were younger, you know, but the cars were fucking worse when we were younger, I think.
I've never been like a blokey bloke. So it's like we've talked about how rubbish I am.
I have noticed you have been camp. You've always been camp.
Absolutely. I'm not a blokey bloke, so I'm not very good at the standard blokey stuff. I'm not a DIYsman. I'm not into my cars. You know what I mean? I've never had like I've never had like a posh car. The poshest I've had has been when I've had company cars and had a really nice Mondeo. Do you know what I mean? It was. I'm quite vanilla when it comes to stuff like that. I mean, when I was 17, 18, I had a XR3i lookalike Escort, which went about 50, 60 miles an hour at best. You know what I mean? Somebody had put a body kit on it before I owned it, and it had the like little racing steering wheel. But no, I've never been a boy racer. I've never been into that. I've had a few speeding tickets, but they've always been like in a 30 zone. It's never been like 100 mile an hour on the motorway. Or I've never felt the need to go and buy a fucking exhaust that's this big to make it sound louder or anything like that. And I will say, because this all started off with us going on about women drivers, I'm sure there is a demographic of women that go to these things and they're into the cars and they do all that. But 90% of this is blokes. And, you know, I would say that there's, you know, I think on the whole, women drivers are safer than men. I would say even like I said, you know, you've got the slow. I was only joking about the slow woman that's in her 70s who's Chinese or whatever. I was only having a bit of a joke there, but You know, even like if somebody's doing 20 mile an hour in front of you, and they should be doing 30, the most you can really do is shout, you know, to yourself, you should be fucking going quicker than this. You know, it's not going to be them that really cause an accident, is it? It's not going to be them that cause an accident.
I mean, with road rage, you think about it, you're the only person winding yourself up. You know, you're only winding yourself up. That's it. And everybody makes mistakes on the road. Everyone, you know. So, you know, if I haven't put my fucking indicator on when I haven't gone round the roundabout, or you know, or whatever, I haven't pulled over into the left-hand lane on the dual carriageway fast enough for the guy who's right up my arse. You know, we all make these little mistakes. There's no need to start fucking hailing abuse at people. You wouldn't do it if you were walking down the road. You know, like when you're doing this, when you're walking towards somebody and they're going the same direction, you wouldn't start going to them, you fucking cunt, fucking get out of my way, you prick, I'll fucking have you, pull over, you wouldn't, would you? That's not my road rage, by the way, that's what
do you know the one thing that always makes my arse laugh, mate? It's like when you drive, so my missus has got a Yaris, and I've now got a Fiesta. So I've bought like a Fiesta. I had a big Audi, so it never happened in the Audi. But I'm driving along, and I am like, I would call myself a safe driver. I'm not a fast driver and this, that, and the other. But you know, like sometimes you get the fucking boy racer or the bellend who thinks he's hard as fuck. And like you can tell that they're fucking flashing you. And I'm driving my missus's Yaris, right? They're flashing their fucking things, and then they go to overtake you, and then they just do a sideways glance at who's driving, and I'll look back at the cunt, and they'll just go, I thought it was a woman kind of thing, you know what I mean? Yeah. I'm not hanging about to see if he can handle himself.
Funnyfarm pod, you bastard.
Yeah, that's Chris there, look, he's got some views on women drivers. Mate, we've literally, I don't know what we've talked about for 32.
There was cottage cheese and the cottage loaf in there somewhere.
Cottage Inn, yeah. Fucking cruising. We've had a gay episode there.
Yeah. Look,
anyway, people, right
you don't do fags at the back door anymore, aren't you? But anyway, you're lucky you don't do fags at the back door anymore.
Let's talk about cigarettes. In the next episode, we're going to talk about cigarettes. We've got stuff to talk about, haven't we, really? And we just didn't really do much work, though, didn't it? That 32 minutes. It's easy.
See you guys.
Easy, this. Hello at funnyfarmpod.co.uk. Follow us on all the socials.
Oh, yeah, make sure you follow us. Get me out of this shit.
Yeah, right. Love you. See you tomorrow. Bye.
Yeah, bye.